I've come today to support fellow activists in trying to keep council housing and keep London for everybody, not just for the rich. I mean, if house prices continue to raise, who's going to be able to afford them when the wages aren't also raising?
Tell us a bit about your own housing situation.
I live in a council flat. I've lived in a council flat since I was 16 years old following a period of homelessness. Without that council flat, I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't be able to go to university to do my masters and give myself some kind of opportunity.
I think affordable housing answer is council housing is the only affordable way forward. None of this affordable housing at 80% of the market rate. Council housing is the only affordable housing for normal people.
We got a campaign for ASD Guinness Trust. What's happening is there's a regeneration in Brixton where they are evicting tenants, unsecured tenants. Majority of us are families with children or primary schools, and we've got a campaign to stop that.
And what's your personal housing situation right now? What's happening with you?
My personal situation is I've got 2 children, 2 boys under 10. They gave us a Section 21, which is the start of the process for evicting people, and I'm going to be resisting it. I'm waiting up till where the bailiff come and take me out. Lambeth doesn't want to help me. They're trying to push me into a private section, and I can't afford the rent in Brixton. A 2-bedroom that been quoted to me $350 per week for my 2 children. I'm on a low wages. I work part-time in the afternoon. For that reason, I cannot live in Brixton. My children go to Brixton. I've lived in Brixton for 10 years. But Lambeth are not keen to help us. There's a 45 units going to be evicted starting from the 16th of November. Lipec, who I wrote to, and I've asked her from the 25th of May to meet us and to speak to Guinness Trust in terms of at least giving us options or ideas how they can help us, and she refused to meet us. She's answered to the letter, but she's refused to meet us. I believe she's here this morning to speak to important people, but the people who voted for her, the people that pay tax in Brixton, she's not interested to meet them. And I would like to know why isn't she prepared to meet us, at least hear our concern.
I mean, like everywhere in London, really, there's a massive housing crisis. There's thousands of people on the waiting list for council housing, and no sign of any council housing coming on stream. There's huge development going on in Brixton, massive private development flats that are 3 and 4 times what an average industrial wage sort of thing would afford on a like for a mortgage. I mean, it's sort of unthinkable for people to be able to buy these, and everybody's seeing those going up all around. Brixton's becoming very posh, very trendy. But for people moving in, people who already live there can't afford to stay there. So at the moment, for instance, we're campaigning in the Loughborough Park estate. Guinness Trust is the landlord there, their housing association. They've just in the process of demolishing all the blocks that were there, the old blocks, and building new apartment blocks, of which a huge section will be going to part by part rents, which nobody can afford, and some will be at full of these affordable rents, which is 80% of the market rate, which in Brixton is totally unaffordable for most people. And so there's dozens of people being evicted from that estate now, short life tenants being thrown out who can't afford to find similar accommodation in that area, and their kids are in the local schools, they have jobs, they have connections, they have a community, and it's just being broken up. And so we're fighting that. We're supporting the tenants fighting to stay, and we're trying to bring support from other people facing similar problems in the area to get behind them. It's quite clear you cannot leave housing just to the market in London, because the rents are just going up and up, and there needs to be council housing available to people. This is, the rate of pay that people are getting, the benefits people are getting, it does not allow people to live in London at the current rents that are being charged. And what we're having is these landlords just cashing in on people's misery. They're squashing more and more people into their flats to pay the rents that they're charging. They don't care the quality of life that people have, or lack of quality of life that people have. The only way people can have security is I think, with council tenancies, that they know they can't be evicted, that they know they have a rent that they can afford, and they've got a landlord that's got some kind of accountability, some kind of social responsibility, and is not just renting out property to make a quick buck. And council housing fits that bill, but yet it's the most under-resourced. It's the option of last resort as far as the councils are concerned, instead of being their number one priority to build and make available council housing for the people who need it.